Do not overcharge your air condition, your AC compressor with gas. You get why? Do not overcharge your AC compressor with gas. When you want to charge your AC compressor, be very, very conscious of what you are doing. And also try to engage using gauge, understand? Refrigerant gauge, for you to be able to know the amount of refrigerant you're actually charging into a compressor. Do not overcharge your compressor with gas. That is what I just need to communicate to you today. Every air condition, in most like Hisense is actually very, very sensitive air condition. Understand? They are very, very sensitive. If you overcharge it with gas, it will give you issue. It will trouble you. Understand? As a technician, if you undercharge it, it's still another problem. Do not overcharge it. That is just the whole point. So you need to know when to use gauge, and in fact, you just need to know when to use gauge. That is just it. Always use gauge while charging your air condition with gas. That is just it. Now let me show you something. You see R410 refrigerant like this? Understand? R410A refrigerant like this. You must use a gauge, because if you do not use gauge to charge your air condition gas, you may likely undercharge it, or you may likely overcharge it. That is just the point. You may likely undercharge it, or you may likely overcharge it. How do you know that your air condition is overcharged? If you overcharge your air condition compressor, or if you overcharge your air condition with gas, symptoms you need to know that your air condition is overcharged is that the air condition will break down within a short while of operation. While charging it, the air condition will break down, wait for some time, like 10 to 15 minutes, and later comes up again. If it comes up again, it will not run for long. It will go down again. Understand? It will go down, wait again for another 10 to 15 minutes, comes up again, or 5 to 10 minutes, comes up again, run without staying for long, it still goes down. That is when you know that your air condition is overcharged. So if you want to now remove overcharge refrigerant from the system, how do you know that what you're actually removing and what is there is normal for you? That is where you still need a gauge again. So do not do any job related to air condition refrigerant without using a gauge. It is very, very much paramount. It is very, very much important. It is very, very much important. Try to use a gauge while working on your air condition refrigerant. You can do other jobs with other tools, but when it comes to refrigeration, when it comes to putting gas into your system, try to use gauge when doing that. That is another factor. Then when your air condition is undercharged, how do you know that your air condition is undercharged? Number one line you need to know is that the air condition will have a very less cooling. The air condition will not cool effectively. That is number one. The air condition will not cool effectively. Number two, you will see the pipe on the air condition, like the installation copper kit on the air condition, starting to froze. Even if it has a very small froze, it shows that the air condition is undercharged. Like the amount of gas in the AC is not optimal. That is just it. It's not optimal. So with the aid of gauges, understand, if it is a large system, that is when you need a double gauge. But it is very, very cheap to get a single gauge. It is very, very cheap to get a single gauge while working, and a single gauge can help you with should I say versatile of jobs, because in this our society, or in this our environment, bigger jobs comes, should I say, just once in a while. When I mean bigger jobs from like 3 ton, 5 ton, 10 tons, it comes once in a while. But the one you mostly do almost every day is the 1 horsepower unit, is the 1.5 unit, the 2 horsepower unit, and those units like that, understand, uses a single gauge. So you will need a single gauge to work with such system, at least a single gauge to work with them. So how do you know that? In my previous video, I have actually posted a video on how to read a single gauge, but I will just use this video to give you a hint on how to read a single gauge. Reading a single gauge for R22, understand, for R22 gas, your PSI lies between 70 to 80 PSI, or you can say between 60 to 80 PSI. That is just it. Then for R410, your your gauge lies between 120 to 140 psi, 120 to 140 psi. And for your R32, your gauge lies between 110 to 120 psi. So that is what you just need to know. Those are the basics you need to know. And charging a refrigerant into a system, you also need to know the tips on how to do that. You don't just force gas into a system just like that. Go through my video, you will see things related to air conditioned refrigerant which I've posted. Even in this video, I will have to drop a link of that particular video so that you can watch it again to know how it is. So try to use gauges while working with air conditioned refrigerant. Thank you. See you on my next video. Do well to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and share this video when necessary. Thank you. See you on my next. Bye.